So we can calculate these unknown alpha and beta values. Then we can able to find out what is the propagation vector in conducting media. So if you compare these two equations, alpha square minus beta square is mu epsilon omega square, and 2 alpha beta is mu sigma omega. So our aim is to calculate the values of alpha and beta such that we can able to know what is the propagation vector. So here alpha square minus beta square is present, 2 alpha beta is present. So if you calculate alpha square plus beta square, then if you add these two terms, then we will calculate alpha square. From alpha square we will calculate alpha. By substituting that value we will find out beta. So this is the procedure. Here let us assume that A is equal to alpha square, B is equal to beta square. Here we get A minus B some value and 2AB is some value. Then how can we calculate A plus B? A plus B whole square is equal to A minus B whole square plus 4AB. Similarly, we can get alpha square plus beta square whole square value. Alpha square plus beta square whole square is equal to, what is the formula? Alpha square minus beta square whole square plus 4 alpha square beta square. Alpha square minus beta square whole square is mu square epsilon naught square epsilon square omega power 4 plus 2 alpha beta whole square, that is mu square sigma square omega square. This is alpha square plus beta square whole square value. Then what is the value of alpha square plus beta square? If you take the common terms, whole square is equal to mu square omega square are common terms. The remaining terms are epsilon square omega square plus sigma square. Then alpha square plus beta square becomes mu omega root of epsilon square omega square plus sigma square. So we got the values of alpha square plus beta square and alpha square minus beta square. Then if you add these two terms, so by adding beta square get cancelled, you get 2 alpha square. Here mu omega root of epsilon square omega square plus alpha square plus mu epsilon omega square. If we take the mu omega as common, then the remaining terms are root of epsilon square omega square plus alpha square plus mu omega means remaining terms are epsilon omega. Then 2 alpha square is equal to mu omega. If we take this sigma omega is also common, sigma omega, for this term we have 1 plus, there is no sigma omega, that is we can divide this equation with sigma omega root of sigma square omega square plus sigma square. Then 2 alpha square is equal to. Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the nature of plane electromagnetic waves in conducting media. So we will study the nature of plane electromagnetic waves in conducting media from the Maxwell's equations. So what are the four Maxwell's equations again? Del dot D is equal to rho, del dot B is equal to 0, del cross H is equal to minus dou B by dou T. Del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, and del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. So these are the four Maxwell's equations. In conducting media, the displacement vector is written as D is equal to epsilon E, B is equal to mu H, J is equal to sigma E. Since in a conducting media there is some conductivity and the charge density becomes J is equal to sigma E. And assume that there is no current for this conducting media. So these are the four parameters that we need to include in the four Maxwell's equations. Then these four equations are converted by assuming these values corresponding to the conducting media. We get first equation is del dot epsilon E is equal to 0, that is del dot E is equal to 0. Next one, del dot H is equal to 0, since D is equal to epsilon E and B is equal to mu H. And del cross E is equal to minus mu dou H by dou T. And del cross H is equal to sigma E plus epsilon dou E by dou T. So these are the four electromagnetic wave Maxwell's equation in conducting media. The same procedure, let us assume that this is equation number A, B, C, D. The total equation is 1. Taking the curl for the third equation, that is del cross E is equal to minus mu dou by dou T of del cross H. Then del cross H is sigma E plus epsilon dou E by dou T, that is minus mu dou by dou T of sigma E plus epsilon dou E by dou T. So this del cross E is written as gradient of divergence of E minus del square E. Since del dot E is equal to 0, this equation becomes minus del square E. Hence, we get the second order differential equation as minus del square E is equal to minus mu sigma dou E by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou T square, that is del square E minus mu sigma dou E by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou T square is equal to 0. Similarly, take the curl for the fourth equation, that is del cross H is equal to sigma of del cross E plus epsilon dou by dou T of del cross E. So del cross E is minus mu dou H by dou T. It is also minus mu dou H by dou T. And del cross H is minus del square H. Similarly, we get del square H minus mu sigma, in place of E we get dou H by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou T square is equal to 0. So we got two second order differential equations in terms of A and H. These two equations will satisfy the same equation with some scalar function psi, del square psi minus mu sigma dou psi by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square psi by dou T square is equal to 0. These two equations satisfies this equation. Then these two are the two wave equations governing the electromagnetic field vectors A and H. Let us consider the solutions for this above equation is E is equal to E naught e power I k dot r minus I omega t. H is equal to H naught e power I k dot r minus I omega t. Similarly, psi is equal to psi naught e power I k dot r minus I omega t. Since these three solutions are the solutions for the above three equations, they must satisfy this equation. So let us suppose that psi satisfies, since this is the solution, this must satisfy this second order differential equation. So del square psi means differentiating with respect to position 2 times. So what is the coefficient of r here? Ik. So by differentiating 2 times we get Ik and Ik multiplied by psi naught into e power I k dot r minus I omega t, that is psi, minus mu sigma differentiating psi with respect to time. So the time coefficient is minus I omega, same one psi naught e power I k dot r minus I omega t, that is psi, minus mu epsilon differentiating this one 2 times, that is minus I omega, again minus I omega into psi is equal to 0. Taking psi as common, I into I square, that is k square minus k square, minus into minus plus I mu sigma omega. Here minus into minus is plus, I square value is minus 1, minus into minus plus mu epsilon omega square into psi is equal to 0. This psi will not be equivalent to 0. This value becomes 0. That is k square plus mu epsilon omega square plus I mu sigma omega is equal to 0. Then the value of k square is equal to mu epsilon omega square plus I mu sigma omega. Thus k square value is some real quantity plus imaginary quantity. So this real quantity is the displacement current and the second term is the conduction current term. This is the displacement current term and the second one is conduction current term. So that is this k vector, here k is the propagation vector. Propagation vector is not real in case of a conducting media. So we are getting an imaginary part here. So here we should assume that k is not a real quantity. So let us assume that k is some complex quantity, that is alpha plus I beta. Then what is the value of k square? K square value is a plus b whole square, that is alpha square I square value is minus 1 plus minus beta square plus 2I alpha beta. So if you compare these two equations, so here unknown quantities are alpha and beta. So we must determine these alpha and beta values by comparing these two equations.